Hello, I'm John Gregory. I'm the president of 1040 Return. Today I'm going to show you how easy it is to do a tax return on our tax software. So we're going to go over to your computer and we're going to do a 1040EZ. Okay, welcome to 1040 Return. This is our home page, and today we're just going to do a 1040EZ just so you have an idea and a flavor of how easy it is to use our tax software. So let's get started. So get started today. And let's do an email address. This one, we're going to use a test email address. And make sure you can use an email address that you're comfortable with and you use on a daily basis. We will send you acknowledgments as we go along. And I recommend that you use your email address as your username. That's always easy. And make sure you put in at least 8 characters for your password. And you agree to terms of service. Basically, we're not going to give out that information. We protect it with everything we have, and it's secret from everybody. So we're going to create the account. And we're going to start off with some few basic questions. So we're going to just do a single individual. And type in my name. And I'm going to make up a phony social security number. And we'll put in my date of birth, maybe something close to it. And after we get all that information in, we just hit next. And all these little red dots here, they are required fields. In case something go wrong, we want to get a hold of you. Nothing will, but just in case, it's always good to have information. And put retail. Okay, now this whole program is based upon asking you questions on how to maximize your refund. And so the first one, can anyone claim you as a dependent? No. So now we want to get our address placed in, which is not that difficult. And we just hit next after the address. And it is in Adams County. We're not going to worry about the resident city or school district, but the county is required field. And then we're going to talk about the return election. Are you a full-time student? $3 to go to a presidential electoral campaign, or blind at the end of 2003. None of these apply, so we're just going to hit save and continue. So now we got let's talk about your federal tax return. Okay, once again, can someone else claim you as dependent? No. Do you have any dependents to claim? No. Remember, this is just going to be a very easy form. Hit next. And let's start figuring out income. We're just going to do a W-2 for today's example. We're not going to make it real complicated. And we're going to say, yes, we have W-2 wages and no interest or dividends. We don't have any solo home. And we're not self-employed. And we didn't receive any money from Social Security or retirement plan. And we have no unemployment benefit, gambling, winning, or lottery winnings. Like I said, it's just a simple return. Did you earn wages tips? Yes. Did you receive tips that were not included on W-2 form? Just want to hit no. And now we want to add our W-2. And whose form is this? Well, this is my form, so it's going to populate with my information. And just hit next. And now when you look at your W-2, The employer EIN number, that's a 9-digit number. So it's like a social security number for the employer. So you want to put in that number. I'm just going to make up one. And we're going to make up an employer's name, Bill Retail Shop. And we're going to make up a address just for checks. Put that in Pennsylvania. And we hit next. And now you want to look at your W-2 again, and you want to put in your wages in block 1 on your W-2. I'm just going to make this up. And just keep following along. All this is just sort of made up just so you get a feel for what the program looks like. And we hit next. Now you move on down through your W-2, there's going to be several boxes from 12A through 13. You want to be careful. You want to make sure you fill in all those boxes because they could affect your return. And let's go down to the state. And we're going to do a Pennsylvania return. And you want to put in the state ID number. It's like, which is like a federal ID number. You'll see that on that box next to box 15. And we're going to put in some state wages. And we're going to save that information. Okay, we're moving along here. We got our wages placed in here. Now, the program is going to ask more questions for deductions. But since we're on an easy return, there really would be no deductions. So everything in here, we're just going to put no. The program will ask you if you bought a home, you have property taxes, or paying any other kind of deductible taxes. You donated to charity, or any educational expenses, student loans, or you contribute to an IRA, or you're self-employed. And then we're also looking for other expenses such as job search expenses, unreimbursed employee expenses, or living expenses. And then we will know if the IRS has sent you any information if you cannot be eligible for the earned income tax credit, or if you have an HSA savings account, and did you pay alimony or receive any jury duty. So we're just going to hit next. We're almost done. And then in case anybody has a problem with the IRS and been assigned an identity protection number, in this case, no. And if you've made any estimated taxes, no, no. And we're not married separately, it's just a single individual. And we have no government debt. And we're not filing married funds separate in any of Arizona, California, Idaho, etc. states. Just went next. And it's only $14.95 per state. It's a really good value because you can do more than one state. If you worked in, let's say, Maryland, and you lived in Pennsylvania, you still pay $14.95 for either both the Maryland and the Pennsylvania. But in this case, we only have to worry about Pennsylvania. So we're going to do the Pennsylvania return. And nice thing about this program, once you put all the federal information into the program, it pretty much does everything for a state. Every state has a little bit of difference, but in PA, not so. So I can just keep going next. And we can now review our name and address, dependents, income, deduction, wrapping up state return. We can all revisit all these different areas again. If we have any questions or if you want to make any corrections, so you can always double check everything. But we're good here, so we're going to continue. And woohoo! Look at that. I got $1,330 back from my federal refund. Okay. And we're going to continue here. And we keep continuing through. Now, here's the last part. You want e-file payment, refund, sign your return, file return. To get your money back the fastest way, you want to hit e-file selection. Now, as far as payment goes, you can pay with a credit card, which is fine, or you can have the payment taken out of your refund. But in this particular case, we're just going to do a printout. We're not going to e-file because this is a test return. We don't want to confuse IRS, so we're just going to hit continue. We can't file the PA return. They're not accepting anything, but don't worry about that. But that will change over by the 31st of January. I don't want to file the e-file my return because this is a test return, and we want to continue. And we're going to pay the fee, a total $19.90, $4.95 for the federal tax preparation, and $14.95 and $19.90. That's the total. And we'll take the credit card. This is going to be blanked out for obvious reasons later on. Put your credit card information in here. And you want to put in your address where the credit card you get your receipts from. And where's Pennsylvania? Here's Pennsylvania. And we're going to pay now. And we're going to continue. And I want to receive the check by mail. No savings bonds, thank you. And you can print out the federal mailing address and the state mailing address right here. Let's just do it just so you can see what it looks like. We want PA. And for a 1040 EZ, you mail it to Kansas City. It's pretty easy. And you can also do international if you so this. And then let's view the return. We're just going to open it up, just so you can just see what it looks like. And voila, tax return is done. You can print this out and you can mail this away. It's that easy. So now you've seen how easy it is to do a 1040 EZ. Thank you very much, and I hope this demonstration helped you feel better about doing your own taxes online.